Amazon's all-new Firestick 4K Max second generation, and it's here and it's upgraded like your Apple iPhone. Not to mention, the new Firestick 4K Max is going to have the same Dolby Vision HDR10 Plus and Dolby Atmos support as the original Firestick 4K Max first generation. So if you're scratching your head wondering, should I upgrade to the new Firestick 4K Max, especially if the first gen? Well, let me break it down like this. If you want a better overall experience, yes, the new Firestick 4K Max is going to be a better experience. But is it better value? No, it's not, at least not yet. So we're going to run some download tests, and this is our Netgear Orbi 6E router. This is going to be very fast. We have two satellites inside of our house. I'm going to show you what the actual speed is in terms of download and upload on our Orbi, and then we're going to compare it to what you're going to be getting in terms of your Fire Sticks inside of the Firestick 4K Max and the Firestick 4K. We're going to show you the first and second generation so you can do a real clear-cut comparison. Is one Fire Stick going to be much faster? And let me preface that by saying that Netflix, Amazon Prime, Disney Plus, for them to stream in 4K, Netflix only requires a data connection about 15 megabytes per second. Disney Plus, maybe 25, but it's somewhere between 15 and 25 megabytes per second. You don't need more than that. You don't need more than that. But the faster the download, the faster your menus are going to load, the easier things are going to scroll, and you're just going to have less latency overall. So what speeds am I getting in my studio? I'm getting 885 megabytes per second in terms of down, and up I'm getting 941 megabytes per second. My ping is about 5 milliseconds, so that's really fast. So now that we have our baseline, the next thing we're going to do is test the speed on our Firestick 4K Max right behind me. So this television is on the Firestick 4K Max. You're watching it on a Toshiba C350 2023. So on our first generation Firestick Max, we're getting 373 megabytes per second down and 195 megabytes per second up. And we ran the test again and we're getting 375 down and 193 up. So this is going to be on our second generation Firestick 4K. And now we're running our speed test on the Orbi. We are at pretty low ping. I mean, this is actually very low ping here. And our down speed is going to be on the Firestick 4K second generation, 369. And our up speed is pretty fast. So on our second generation Firestick 4K, we are getting 369 down and 260 megabytes up. That's really fast. Now, we're going to run this test one more time. Right now, we are getting 434 megabytes per second and 317 up. This is really fast. We're going to run it one more time just to be sure. So we're getting 381 megabytes per second down and 278 up. So we're averaging about 380 megabytes per second. Sometimes we get higher, sometimes we get like a little bit lower, but on average, it's about 380 megabytes per second. And that's on the Amazon second generation Fire Stick 4K, not the Max. So on our second generation Fire Stick 4K Max, we're running a speed test here. So we're currently connected via this Netgear Orbi router on Wi-Fi 6E. So we're seeing, is this faster than the Wi-Fi 6 on the Fire Stick 4K that's right behind me? So here we got 416 by 296 megabytes per second. We're going to run this test again. So the second time we get 438 down and 319 up. We're going to test it one more time. And the third time we got 442 megabytes per second down and 319 megabytes per second up. So we're getting faster speeds even though it's utilizing the Wi-Fi 6E and the router is right next to both of our televisions. We're going to run the same test. This is the first generation Fire TV Stick 4K. This is not the second generation. It comes with the 8 gigabytes of onboard memory. We're running the same speed test on the first gen Fire Stick 4K. We got 256 megabytes per second down and 186 megabytes per second up. So we got 219 megabytes per second and 178 megabytes per second up. So what you're seeing in front of you is the first generation Fire Stick Max and the second generation Fire Stick Max. Let's compare them. Now we're just going to go into Prime. So we're just going to test how easily both of these are going to scroll by holding these scrolling buttons on both. So that is our first generation. This is the second generation. Let's see. So we're going to see if another category is going to help. We're just going to hold the buttons. So the loading times are pretty much the same between the Firestick 4K first generation and the Firestick 4K second. I don't see a huge difference there, even though you're getting slightly snappier performance on the second generation. It doesn't really translate into much better performance as a streaming device. So what you're watching in front of you is actually going to be the Ambient TV experience, and you can do a lot. These are the widgets. So here you can pull up your calendar, and it's going to pull up your calendar similar to how you would do on a Echo show. And this is going to pull up your calendar. Pretty straightforward. If you're synchronizing your calendar, it's going to be easy to see it on your TV. Then you have your sticky notes. You can get some suggestions, and this is where some of this AI is coming in, because AI is going to give you better suggestions, and you're going to see that inside of your dashboard rather than you having to scroll through it when you're picking your favorite streaming service. So better suggestions is supposedly coming. The Ambient experience is really cool because not only that, you can expand everything, and then you can have everything bigger. You can have up to about 10 to 12 widgets. And I like how you can option or opt for different backgrounds. So if I want to change the background, I just pick change background, and then I could go to still. Let me do motion, or we can do dynamic. So we're going to press OK. So you have this entire selection now of artwork, about 2,000 museum pieces and different designs and different collections of images and video that you could pick as your screensaver. No longer do you have to automatically use your Google Photos or your Amazon Photos as your screensaver. So I like something like this. You can even add a Barbie screensaver, or I could do light leaks motion. So there's other options, and each one of these have different ones inside of it. Here's our ambient experience. You can set our ambient preferences. You have the widget sizes. I like my widgets large because it's going to be on your TV anyway. Bigger TVs, it's easier to read. So large, but if you make it small, then you're going to have an easier time, at least as a screensaver, because everything is going to be pretty large. You can show borders if you want. You have background image if you want, background rotation speed if you want. You can change all of this. But one of the big things about generative AI coming from Amazon is that it's going to be able to do multitasking. So instead of having to just give your Alexa one command, it can actually start inferring what you actually want and do multiple things at the same time. We're really waiting for this to come out because we only think about it in hypotheticals. And as Amazon starts releasing more generative AI features inside of Alexa, I am quite curious because this could actually become the hub for your house. We had started seeing that in terms of their Amazon televisions, but because they've added the ambient experience into the Max, this is really converting any television into a similar Omni QLED experience that you would have to pay and buy the Amazon QLED television. It's really easy to add in more widgets. We're just going to add in our weather, and then we'll add this weather widget. And let's add in our smart home favorites. So we'll add in that widget. We are back in that ambient experience, and you can see all the various tiles that you can use. So the thing is, you will have to turn on and keep on your television for this screen to always be there. These televisions do not have the same features as the Omni QLED, so those come with motion detection. So what this happens is that this will go to sleep after it senses no activity or no motion in front of it for like 10 minutes, and then if you go in the room, it's going to turn back on and wake itself up and go into this menu. I don't think that, or I don't see that feature on any of these 4K Maxes because they don't come with motion detection. Well, it's coming with the MediaTek MT8696T 2 GHz quad-core processor, and that's an upgrade from the 1.8 GHz processor that was inside the Gen 1. And it's also going to be coming with blazingly fast Wi-Fi 6E. Amazon has also updated the remote control, because now they're calling this the Alexa Voice Remote Enhanced, because it comes with the recent app buttons and the channel up and down buttons that are on the Pro, but it's not coming with all the features on the Remote Pro, and I thought finally they would have changed the remote to the Pro this time around. If you're wondering about the last app use button that they've added into the Alexa Enhanced Remote, well, it doesn't do a lot. All you do is basically go back to the previous app you use. So this is Live TV. If I press previous app, this is going into this HDMI source menu. So just press that. That's the real only difference in terms of the overall experience, because for one, the second generation Fire Stick 4K Max has faster GPU performance at 850 megahertz GPU, which is faster than even the third generation Fire TV Cube at 800 megahertz, and the first gen was at 750. And this means your images are going to pop and your games are going to run smoother. Now, if you're looking at the overall Bluetooth, the Max is coming with Bluetooth 5.2 and it weighs 43.5 grams. So it's gotten lighter by about 20% and it's got a little bit of an updated shape. But wait, there's more. So say hello to Amazon TV Ambient Experience. This is kind of like a screensaver, but it's also like kind of like a widget wall. So what that means is that like its Omni QLED TV sister, it's going to still come with the ambient experience, but it won't rely on motion sensors to awaken or lull the TV to sleep. And it's going to give you access to 2,000 pieces of museum quality on your television, turning your television into a Samsung frame. And if you want to customize the screen, it's all about the widgets. You have 10 customizable widgets to choose from, including Alexa weather, calendar and reminders, cookpad recipe of the day, and more. So it's really about personalization of the overall television experience. And it's going to be utilizing the 4K Max's upgraded software, which is now running on the Fire OS 8. And that is powered by Android 11. And the biggest upgrade to the Firestick 4K Max second generation is going to be potential. The future of Alexa is really generative AI and conversational features. And we're going to just call this AI Alexa. So the previous Firestick 4K, the first generation, is powerful, but the second generation is going to be more powerful for everything Amazon wants to do with Alexa, which includes having conversational commands, having better control of your system, and having better integration into all of the various smart home devices in your home, especially utilizing things like Matter. And it's to give you personalized recommendations because AI can be used by users to personalize recommendations for TVs, movies, and other content based on your viewing history and preferences. But what I think is that Amazon is improving the overall storage and RAM, so those services are going to be delivered faster to your television so that you can scroll and figure out what you want to watch faster and have additional uses for your Fire Stick. It's going to pretty much be able to predict what you're going to want to watch and maybe preload it so that it's going to lower your buffering time and just get everything ready to go, like when you come home and your food's cooked and it's on the table, similar to that. Now the AI has the potential to greatly improve the overall experience by providing personalized recommendations, improving content discovery, making voice search more accurate, and filtering content based on your preferences. And then it can make that content be easier to find, and then you're able to watch it faster. So it's going to improve and hopefully, actually, well, let me say, it hopefully improves the overall performance of your Fire Stick that way. And if the question is, do you need Wi-Fi 6E? Well, let me answer that for you. I have a Firestick 4K Max here, which is using 6, and I have the Fire TV Cube, which is operating on Wi-Fi 6E. And I gotta tell you that 6E and Wi-Fi 6 inside of my home perform at similar speeds when operating at 100%. Wi-Fi 6 is more likely to operate below peak performance due to others using Wi-Fi 6, but in my general vicinity, nobody's using it really yet. And if you're already zipping along at full throttle with Wi-Fi 6, then the benefits of going to 6E is going to be really minimal. You might not even experience or feel the difference. However, if you find yourself you're in a Wi-Fi jungle with lots of neighbors that are utilizing the 5 gigahertz and the Wi-Fi 6, Wi-Fi 6E could be a potential game changer, and if you have like 20 devices. Recall the days of the first gen Fire Stick 4K and the Max, and you can see that the difference was pretty big. The Max brought you Wi-Fi 6, picture-in-picture, a slightly speedier CPU, and when it came to download speeds and overall performance, the Max outshone the 4K predecessor, delivering a noticeably snapper experience with less lag and no cache clearing woes. So I'm, again, all for the potential of the second generation Fire Stick 4K and the Fire Stick 4K Max. With the improved snappiness of the Fire OS interface, the apps do load a little faster, there's less surprise freezes. So what does it mean for you? If you want the fastest and most future-proof streaming device from Amazon, and you don't mind paying $10 more than the Amazon TV Stick 4K, then the Fire Stick 4K Max, the second generation, is going to be a great choice. It offers really the best performance, connectivity, and convenience inside of a Fire TV Stick, period. However, it may not be worth it for everyone who already has, or anyone who really has a good streaming device and who wants to save some money. But if you want the best Fire Stick, it's still the 4K Max, just not by a lot. Well, maybe not by a lot yet. So thanks for watching, everybody. This is David with the French Glow. If you have any questions, leave them in the comment box below. And please hit that like and subscribe button. It really does help support our channel. And I'll catch you next time. This is our review of the Firestick 4K Max. Bye, bye, bye.